Yes, people, what's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and this is your match preview. It's Fulham against Everton at Craven Cottage. A game that, do you know what? It's mad, actually, because you've got two teams on completely different spectrums. You've got Everton that almost stayed up last season. You've got Fulham that got promoted. You've got a team that probably has a point to prove against a team that was probably expected to go down. And let's be honest, both teams have made a decent account of themselves this season. Everton were running absolutely lovely until 3 straight defeats. Happens. We played decent teams in there. And then we bounced back with a 3-0 win last week. And you've got Fulham, who have been a little bit up and down at times this season, but all in all, have had a great start to a season by a newly promoted side. They've got Mitrovic who's scoring. They've got players who are creating chances for him. Even their fullbacks, even Anthony Robinson's getting forward, and we know all about him from his old Everton days, the American international. They've got good defenders. Ream at the back has looked really solid. So, this is a Fulham side that not only have a bit of creativity, a bit of pace, a bit of skill, a bit of aggression, and a really solid centre forward up front, a striker that I happily would sign at Everton, to have options on the bench as well in players like Tom Kearney, who you see come on quite a lot, etc., who can thread a pass and create a chance, etc. So, look, these are no mugs, and Everton are going to go into this game on the back of an okay run. We went and got that away win at Southampton. We haven't lost loads of away games this season. We got a draw at Leeds, we got a draw at Brentford. We were leading in both of those games. There were opportunities to win. We've just beaten Palace. So Everton look all right. We just need to kick on. We need to kick on, and this is a tough game, but this will show where Everton are. If Everton can go there and get 3 points, you're probably going to say, right, you're going to finish about 10th. If you go and lose this game, you're probably more towards the 13th to 15th mark. And that's only because I expect Fulham, who have done really well, to give a good account of themselves in the league this season. Mitrovic is scoring goals, scoring penalties, creating chances, and he's just been a general nuisance, as we all know he is. But he's going up against an Everton side that defensively are strong. They've got 2 decent centre-halves, let's be honest. Tarkowski is the best centre-half in the Premier League at the minute. English centre-half in the Premier League at the minute. Let me caveat that. He would be, in most worlds, a cert for this England World Cup team, but apparently in this one he's not. You've got Conor Cody, who's a sensational leader. You've got Mykolenko, who a lot of people have criticised, and I've read some horrendous stuff on Twitter today, all of which I don't believe to be true, by the way. But, you look and you think, defensively, he's done all right. Yes, going forward is a weakness of Mykolenko's, it really is. But defensively, I don't think you can't ask for more. He's done fine defensively, I'd say. And Coleman, who had a good game against Palace. However, Patterson's back in the fold and could potentially come on or start. So, defensively, we're fine. Pickford has been okay. Yes, he has made a couple of mistakes this season. But to be honest, I'm not going to hold it against him, because he's also made some big saves for us, so it's fine. The midfield three, Iwobi, he's undroppable. You just can't drop him. Then you've got Garner and Onana, and again, both of them really stepped up last week. In a game where I was suggesting about changing one of those 3 and bringing in James Garner, they all played really well. So I think they've probably installed themselves as the 3 in midfield for this game. And then you've also got the wing and up front, fundamentally. And, I thought Damari Gray was better last week than he has been recently. I thought Anthony Gordon the same. And I thought Calvert Lewin was, I'm not going to say completely close to his best, but he was playing well. So this Everton side are no mugs. And Everton will go into this game and they'll know and they'll pick the weaknesses through Fulham. As long as he sets up to attack, which we saw last week, he let the shackles off. Everton will create chances. And with Lewin up front, they'll score goals. They'll absolutely score goals. You know, we've got a little bit of, I'm not going to say better quality, but we've got players on the bench that also can come on and make an impact. Malpay, for example. So there is players in there that will create opportunities. McNeil got a goal last week. You know, he's going to be on the bench. If not, Damari Gray or drop and he'll go in. I can't see Gordon dropping. But either way, Everton just have a couple more creative players on that bench that just might make this game a little bit more interesting if it's 0-0. So, all in all, look, I'm not going to say I'm confident, but I also don't think Everton lose. You know, if you say to me, Mike, you're going to take a 1-1 draw away from Fulham, how well they're playing, I take it. And look, I know that there'll be fans here saying, oh yeah, but we should be beating Fulham and all of that. Look, maybe we should, but the facts are, this is going to take time. This whole process is going to take time, and Everton are just easing themselves in. They've been fine. You know, the 11 games or whatever it is we've played, we've been fine. We've been at the races in a lot of them. We've been more than combative in a lot of them. You know, we haven't conceded loads of goals. We are absolutely fine, and it's just a case of us scoring more goals. If Everton can nick a goal or two, Everton could win this game, and that is the crux of it. I truly think if Everton score 2 goals, they win this game. The problem is we don't do that very often. So if Everton can just get themselves in a position to do that, yeah, I think we win. Another thing I'm going to say is, obviously there's a World Cup round the corner 3 weeks, and Frank Lampard's been asked loads of questions about Calvert Lewin. And, you know, whether he should be going to the World Cup. Now, for me, no, I don't think he should. And that's me being an England fan. I don't think he should. Because I think Ivan Toney deserves that spot. Tammy Abraham is obviously in there somewhere. And then you've got Harry Kane. For me, Calvert Lewin doesn't go. And I don't want him to go either. I don't want him to potentially get injured. I don't want, you know, I'll be selfish. I don't want that. But we can use this opportunity, as Calvert-Lewin's got a point to prove. He's got a point to prove if he wants to get into this England team. So has Tarkowski, so has Cody, so has Pickford if he wants to stay number 1. There's even an outside chance for someone like Anthony Gordon. If they want to be in this team, they've got to go and prove it. And by doing that, they've got to go and beat Fulham. They've got to go and beat these teams. They've got to go and get results. And it's a tough, tough ask. But if you want to be playing at the very top of sport, you do it. You absolutely do it. And I think we'll see. I think we'll see a very aggressive Everton side. I think we'll see an attacking side. And I think we'll see a similar setup to what we did against Palace at home. I think we will be a little bit more switched on to counter-attack because Fulham do have pace on their left and right-hand side. So they've got good players. But I do think Everton are just going to be switched on to that. And as long as you stop the supply to Mitrovic, I don't see why Everton can't win. Score prediction, I'm going 1-1. But we could get 3 points. Guys, leaving it there. Keep smiling. We're getting closer to that Alps move, which means we're getting closer to more content and closer to a studio. Guys, keep smiling.